Take it away, Bill.
Welcome. How you doing, guys? Category 5 community coffee break for Friday, March 27th. I had to check the calendar. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's the 27th.
They all run together now.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
Oh, my.
And Robbie's wolfing down a lunch.
Just make sure you don't choke on it, Robbie. We don't want to have you dying on stream here.
I'm not a witness.
That'd make a great stream, wouldn't it?
That would break terms of contract right there, terms of services.
And he wonders why it's hard to get insurance for broadcast.
There you go.
And then suddenly everybody says, should we disable our Kickstarter?
That would be a bit ironic. Dying from joking in the midst of a...
He'll be back in a few minutes, or probably a few seconds. I don't know. He's there. He is. Okay.
Sorry about that.
You got more coffee.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Is Bo keeping you in line? You keeping Bo in line?
Yeah, really. Need to get that straight.
Nice.
What a day. My goodness. I just got a notification on my screen from the contractor. He's going to be meeting me in 35 minutes. 35 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, BP9.
Yes, sir.
Just see what I got here.
Oh, dear.
I know. I saw that. Congratulations.
Car keys, at least.
I haven't seen the YouTube video yet, but I saw the screen, the introductory picture on the YouTube screen. Yes, good job. Congratulations.
Very good. Very good.
So let's get into it. BP9 had a question about want to discuss the Pine Phone.
I did. Yes.
We got Bo on the line.
And I'm so happy that Bo's online.
Yeah.
Because I've been reading up on that excellent looking phone, and of course can't get it anywhere, as you already know.
Good luck getting any peripherals right now.
Well, even spare parts for them. I thought I'll be sneaky. I'll see if I can order the spare parts and assemble it myself. But
I got this today.
Oh, Bill.
What is that?
I got that today. That's an NVMe drive.
When did you order it?
Last week.
Okay. Yeah, it seemed like last week was kind of the cutoff for most peripheral orders and stuff like that. Now it's everything will just be May.
Because I'm going to have to hold off on ordering those computer parts for a gaming PC then.
Yeah.
So we're still shipping. So
I was going to order
you've got stuff going out of your place. That's cool. But I think what it is, Bo, is once you're out, you're not going to be able to get new stock.
Oh, no, we're still able to get stuff. We just got a big shipment yesterday. Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Did that include any PineBook Pros or Pine phones? Please say
PineBook
yes.
Pros are coming next month, I think.
Oh, goody. Nice.
We're not seeing the same up here, Bo. It's been really hard to source anything.
On a phone.
Yeah.
So I'm booting Ubuntu Touch right now, UB ports.
Oh, yeah. Quit teasing me, man. Quit teasing me. Stop it.
More personality.
Oh, that looks nice.
Well, that's too cool.
That's brilliant.
So here's my question for you, Bo. Is that the same chipset as in the PineBooks? The PineBook and the PineBook Pro?
No, the original PineBook, yes. It's a A64.
Okay. So theoretically, I could download one of those distros that are meant for the Pine phone, and it should run on the PineBook?
If you modified the device tree, it probably would.
Yeah, the device tree is going to be the issue. But if you want to get a taste for it,
yeah, I do.
The Pine A64, the original,
yes,
or the SO Pine. Well, SO Pine doesn't do a display though, but the Pine A64 or the Pine Book, the original Pine Book, both both use the same chip.
Good.
That's really cool.
I have an original Pinebook, and I think, Robbie, you do too, because you and I both, lamented about the keyboard big time because the configuration of the keyboard, I had the same problem. So,
yeah.
But
they got that right on the Pinebook Pro, though. The
Pinebook Pro. Bo, stop it, man. Now, can you show me, please, the phone app on that? That's the one thing in all the research I've done. Is that just a Linux application that comes with the distro? Because there's no distro on the actual device, right? When you get it, you have to download one and install it,
right?
And that would include the application, right?
So this is where I keep all of my PinePhone distros
nice.
That's the organizer, micro SD organizer. It's really hard to do things backwards. I don't know how people do it.
I get it.
So I have them all labeled, so I can flip them out. But they change so fast that I have to keep on re-imaging them. But anyway, here's the phone app. I don't know if you can see it.
Now, how does it keep track of things like your contacts, that sort of stuff? Does it connect to a card dev server or something, or how does that? Is there anything like that?
Here's the recent and missed calls area. But
okay.
Yeah, so those are. Okay. I guess you have to. This is a poke.
When you've shown the touch, it seems like it's not responsive. Is that just because you're doing it backwards, or are they still having some trouble with
because it? Because I don't know if I'm supposed to poke it or push it. So anyway, right here in Ubuntu Touch, if I poke it in the right spot, there it goes.
Okay.
But then at the bottom, I have to drag it.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of getting used to the interface. Each app or each app and each distro is a little different. Also, if you do a slow drag from this side, you get into the app switcher.
Oh, okay.
Currently running. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if I can't download that distro and then, or any number of distros, and stick them on my Pinebook, my original Pinebook, and see how it works. It should work, right?
It should. I mean, I don't know. The display is the issue because you're. I did look it up. This is a 1440 by 800, I think.
I know. I was looking at it too. I think it's 1290 by something.
1440 by 960. I don't know. 1440 by 720. It's
a pretty nice screen anyway. It's amazing.
Yeah. So it's better than the 800 by 40 I said yes last time.
I know.
Can I ask you guys something?
Sure.
All in favor of renaming the coffee break Pine Phone Porn?
Why? Oh no.
Well, maybe we don't need to rename because it's synonymous.
Well, I've got other stuff to show you because I want to show you some really high tech stuff. I don't know whether you've seen this before.
This is what you showed me yesterday.
That's part of what I showed you yesterday, but this one's got batteries charged up.
Oh wow! That's TRS Model 80, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That is a TRS 80 Model 100. Yes, sir.
Oh, TRS 80. That's the
TRS 80 Model 100. That is like state of the art in 1983 and 1984.
I would actually really like to try one of those things one of these days. Just use it as like a dedicated text editing machine just to write articles.
Perfect.
That would be fun.
That's what this is perfect for because of the full travel keyboard right there. And I don't know if you can see the screens running on it. Can you actually see the screen or no?
Can't really make out the...
Let me put this on.
Oh my God, is that a portable TRS-80?
Yes, it is. Let me put...
Agamotto. You didn't
Let
see
me
Agamotto
see if I can
in
flip
there.
the camera around. and do my best not to show my really messy desktop.
Yes, in middle school, I got to use one of those because I was on the school newspaper.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was quite handy going out to the sports.
Oh, there you go.
Type everything.
I can't tell what mine looks like, but let me see if I can see that. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, much better. And so you can just literally select what you want. If you jump into text, let me try that again because I'm trying to do this through the screen. I think I've got a test file here, and I think it's got some. So there's, I can't spell obviously, but
you're an
and you
engineer.
can see that's 40 characters, right? I mean that is 8 lines by 40 characters, but there's other. You can do better than 8 lines by 40 characters by doing this. Jump into the ultimate
what kind
ROM.
of operating system it's running on that thing?
Say again?
You know what kind of operating system is on it?
Oh, there's no operating system to speak of on this. This has 64K of memory.
Wait, that's Windows 10, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
No, that was like CPM DOS or something.
Don't make me come up there.
This is not CPM. Although I will tell you, there is a project. There's a plugin you can get for this. Literally a card you can plug into the option ROM slot that is going to let you run CPM on this thing. But now you can see that with the ultimate ROM option ROM in there, you now have 60 characters across the screen.
It would be fun to have an operating system altered running on that thing and putting a web server on it just to see if it worked.
This thing's barely running not even 2 megahertz. Well, maybe 2 megahertz. It's got a 8080 processor in it, not a Z80 or a Z80 as you call it.
A Z80.
No, it's not a Z80 or a Z80. It is an 8080 or an 8085, or more specifically, 80C85, because that is the CMOS or low current version of the CPU. But full travel keyboard. You've got to watch that numlock key because that will enable the numeric keys on there, and that locks down. So.
And BP9, where's the insert key?
There is no insert key on this. There is no insert key, but it might be possible.
And I always hate how the quotation mark wasn't on the number 2 key was supposed to be.
There's the quotation mark right there.
Do the cloud side.
It actually matches pretty close to the to a regular keyboard. I mean,
that looks nice.
It's a gorgeous keyboard to type on. I've had this probably literally 30 years or something, and it still runs just fine. I love it. So anyway,
it's simple.
Wow.
So yeah,
that lasts.
So yeah. Now
and then there is one obvious question. What's the battery life of that thing?
This thing runs on, let me show you. It runs on, yes, 4 AA's.
Be like 2 weeks worth at least.
And it will run for like a month on 4 AA's.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yep. Try and get that out of a regular laptop.
Yeah, I saw an article earlier this morning that some company has launched a laptop with a 21-hour battery life.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Are we allowed to say the company name on here, or are we not allowed to say the company name on here?
I just don't. I don't remember the company name. That's why I don't say it.
If you know it, Storm Chaser, that's fine.
Okay, System 76.
Ah, yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. And you got to figure if it has, what was it, 21 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So that like that must be like if you were using it nonstop for 21 hours, but who does that?
Well, that was, yeah. I don't know how they managed to test that, but that was apparently while running Vim on it or something like that. They said that it would last
But it's
21 hours.
It's like my Bluetooth headphones. Like it says that it has 12 hours battery life, but that will last for a month before I have to put it on the charger.
Yeah, that's true.
So before the Pine phone came out, you guys want to see what I was working on in the same vein?
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, let me see. So
Not
this,
not a pocket phone from.
Show this thing over here too.
Is this
So
like
this
a
is,
homebrew?
this is a Odroid View 5 and touchscreen, and this is an Odroid C0 with a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. I wired up this USB hub to it so that I could connect. Let's see, a 4G USB dongle to it.
Ah,
That's awesome.
And this one is running Android just because the C0 runs Android really slick. But you could run Linux on it.
Wicked.
yeah, I'm figuring maybe next year I might get a Pine phone if they're still viable.
I'm thinking I might get a Pine phone too, but I just...
Now, is that a tablet?
So you can basically build your own phone if you want to.
Yeah.
I remember one of the Stallman's talks 15 years ago or something, and he was talking about how he started the free software movement, and he said that he wrote in one of the Usenet postings that he was not sure that he would be successful. Sometimes it would be fun to have a time machine and go back and show him one of the Pine phones. You did that.
Yep.
He would probably be disappointed because the Pine phone runs like binary blobs in the kernel or something like that. But
yeah,
actually,
or
the
that
Pine
would
phone doesn't run any binary blobs.
It doesn't?
No, the only blob in it is in the modem.
Oh, that would make okay.
Because the modem is a QuickTel.
Okay, I forgot that the graphics driver we have in the kernel now is actually binary blob free.
Yeah, I believe there's no blobs in there anymore.
Yeah,
it's all mainline, from what I understand.
Yeah, they replaced it. Like someone reverse engineered the Mali driver and came up with this thing called the Lima driver, and it got accepted into the kernel. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know.
Now, so this is not a Qualcomm modem then, right?
No, not Qualcomm. It's QUECTEL, QuickTel.
Okay, because there was at least one modem, and I can't remember if it was Qualcomm or Broadcom, that had some sort of a security vulnerability. Do we know if this one still has that? This one has it.
I have not heard anything about this one. So about having any kind of vulnerability.
Okay.
There's a great guy on YouTube if you want to know more about this.
Okay.
His name is Rob Braxman, and he has a channel called Rob Braxman Tech, I believe. He's a internet privacy and security guy, and he does in-depth review of the Pine phone, also the Pine phone versus the Librem 5, which is another Linux phone that's coming out. And yeah, I mean he has pretty good information. He's not 100% perfect all the time, but
that's by a company called Purism, is it not? It's the
Purism,
one you're talking about?
Purism.
They're pretty proud of their phones, I've got to tell you.
Yeah,
well, it's a thicker, heavier phone that's more metallic, so it has more of a premium feel to it. But it's also got a premium price tag. It's definitely because of the software work that they're doing, and
the more they sell, the more the price can come down.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
I wonder. the thing with the Librem 5 is the marketing surrounding it isn't all that great. They probably should be more upfront about how alpha quality the software is. There was a point where they released, like, the first few batches of the Librem 5 didn't have the ability to make calls out or to receive calls, and it was still at a premium price tag. They said, oh, it's ready now, we're gonna ship these out to people or whatever, and it's like, they probably, I mean, it makes sense that they do want to test the software and have the community develop it with them, but at the same time, they could be a little bit more upfront about how alpha quality the software is.
Yeah, I think it's a fine line between wanting to not shoot themselves in the foot and be honest at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, when you charge a premium price like that, there's an expectation that it should work.
They're not in general retail release yet.
No, not with the word Linux attached. Sorry.
Well, still, you can't charge $700+ and say, "Oh, by the way, it doesn't work yet." I mean, I'm sorry.
Microsoft does it all the time.
Well, yeah, which is why I don't run Windows at the house. So, the whole. I mean, for me, running Linux on a phone, it blows my mind, because you can. There's no more of this. You have to, send all your statistics to Google or Microsoft or whoever's written your operating system, or Apple or whatever. So, oops, sorry, Robbie, I shouldn't have said that. My bad. Sorry.
You know what? What I thought about doing with the PinePhone yesterday, after we talked the other day, you could actually load MySQL or some database on this and run a database server off of it.
Yeah. I would absolutely have a go. I have a C application that uses GTK. Now, looking at the forums and stuff, they'd rather you run KDE. So I don't know if a GTK application would work very well in that environment. But it uses MySQL. It uses SQLite in the background, so it's embedded database, not MySQL.
Right.
But I absolutely expect that it would work. I mean, it's a tiny little screen though, so I don't know how good the UI would look on such a tiny screen. But it would certainly be interesting to try, and I would certainly have a go at it for sure.
I think something that we haven't really talked about too is that the PinePhone introduces a new form factor for certain types of appliances. Like, think about what I could do with NEMS if you had a NEMS server and then I created a distro that was for the PinePhone that would actually, there you go. But imagine if there was like a distro for the PinePhone that would talk with your NEMS server and have all your stats on your screen, or who knows what else you could do. But make appliances that have a little 6-inch screen on it. That's pretty cool.
But
fits in your pocket.
You could even do this with the Pine Time. They have a watch now that they're selling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but still you can't get the parts for. But it is the same sort of infrastructure.
Yeah.
It is. It's running Linux, and you can deal with this thing just like you do the Pine Phone. It's just running Linux. What I love about that is it's not calling home all the time. That's the part that I love about it.
I'd really love to make an app for that.
The Pine Time doesn't run Linux per se. The development's happening pretty much. I mean, it can happen in any language really, but they're doing it mostly in Rust right now.
Rust.
From what I can tell, it doesn't actually run a full kernel. It just runs a minimal, very, very basic kernel.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry. I thought it ran Linux under the covers.
Yeah, I did too initially, but the more I read about it, I think it's not. But I'm not 100% sure on that.
Well, I mean, if you could develop, like, if they could set it up so Where am I going with this sentence?
Nowhere fast.
Well, this is why you need your tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have another
I
sip.
mean, I
While you're
finished my
thinking of your sentence, here you
I
go.
finished my
The
cup
Pine
of tea. So.
the Pine Time Development Kit is available for purchase right now on the Pine Store.
Nice.
So if you want the Pine Time Development Kit, you can buy it right now. But it's not going to be a complete watch.
I thought I tried to get it. I couldn't. It said out of stock. But I guess.
Oh, maybe that's
another
changed
look.
recently.
Well, I'll have.
The last time I checked was about a week ago, I think.
Yeah.
I should absolutely check that out. I'd love to create an app for that for system admins that would be like a notification app. Just be able to
Oh, yeah,
look at
definitely.
just imagine looking at your watch and being able to tell the status of all your NEM servers,
Oh yeah.
all your networks.
That would be
And Robbie,
fantastic.
it has a heart rate sensor in the Pine Time watch.
Awesome.
Now, I don't know if it's as slick as the smart bands, but
You would imagine.
it certainly has a heart rate sensor.
So here you go, Robbie. You can have NEMs monitor your health.
Wouldn't that be neat?
There you go.
Add a sensor for it?
Well, we should know where the data would be going.
What's
The
that?
Pine Time
It
Dev Kit is
goes-
available.
It could be a
It
local.
goes where you get to send it. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't phone home because
Yeah.
Yeah. And NEMS is an operating system that you install on like a Raspberry Pi.
So it's self-hosted, in other words.
Yeah. Mhm.
The Pine 64 site says the Pine Time Developer Kit is available.
oh, good,
Oh,
excellent.
Okay.
I'm gonna
take
go
3.
get one today. Yeah,
I'll have to look into that too. That sounds like an
Definitely.
interesting project.
because just for curiosity's sake, more than anything else, it'd be. One of the things about this, Robbie, is that you have to install an application called HBand on your Android phone, right?
Right. Mhm.
That thing phones home.
Oh, does it?
And I'm yes. And in
Sharing
fact,
my heart rate with the Chinese government.
yes, you absolutely are. Yes.
Oh
And
well.
that's
Lots of things phone home, and some things phone other places. I
that's
read
what bothers
Yeah.
me.
I read
It's
this morning
my-
that the iOS Zoom app phones Facebook, whether or not you have an account.
Oh no. Oh, no.
lovely.
Okay, then. That's not
Oh,
creepy at all.
geez.
I'm gonna delete it off of here. I want nothing to do with Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah, Facebook is a.
I heard that. I heard
I
that.
left a year ago and I don't miss it.
I never connected.
Either.
Speaking of Facebook, you guys are familiar that Firefox put out a container for Facebook. It's an extension for Facebook, an extension for Firefox
Yeah.
that basically sterilizes Facebook in the browser
Yeah.
so that they can't track where you're going online.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. Yeah.
I like the
Firefox is
term
just like, nope, we're not
sterilizes.
having this.
Yes.
We're gonna do this.
Quick,
That's
get the
great.
wet wipes.
And on the subject of being like spied on by the Chinese government, have any of you seen that Linus Tech Tips video where he like bought that Chinese television, and in order to use it, it was
Yeah, I post-
it was like it required him to share all the information that the television collects with the People's Republic of China.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bulldog
Like, to
Sister, so
use the
why?
TV, he couldn't even use the TV unless he agreed to that.
It's unreal. Wow.
Time to install Linux on the TV, I think.
Yeah.
Or just get a stupid TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Plug
I
your
have.
Roku. Plug your Roku into it, and you're good.
Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
speaking of
There you
this-
go.
I have one.
On that
Like,
subject.
an element for like elements
Yeah, man.
in the other room. It
Speak-
does.
Speaking of
Okay,
China
that
and
subject,
and spying, I read an article.
One at a
today-
time, folks.
Yeah, I read an article today that in China for the last few weeks, all cell phone users are required to install a specific app that will it has 3 colors to indicate whether or not you are sick or not. And you are not allowed to cancel your cell phone service for the past few months.
Oh, yeah.
And in despite of that, in the last 3 months, the Chinese cell phone providers have closed 30 million cell phone accounts. So there's people are talking about what is going on despite that they are not allowed to cancel their cell phone service.
I just appreciate how Solbu is able to always end our coffee break on such a high note.
Yeah.
That's all the time that we have. So with that in mind, thank you everybody for being here. And I am posting updates throughout the weekend on Kickstarter, cat5.tv/kick. Keep in mind, tomorrow is our move day.
Yay!
So we're working on the schedule because we have to keep our social distancing rules, and we're not going to do any more
of that phrase.
Sorry, dude.
Oh,
You're going to be hearing. You're going to be
if you're
hearing
working
more
together to move, you're not going to be 6 feet away from each other all the time. It's like,
well, we are spacing it out, and we've got it set up so that there's no more than 5 people that are going to be on site at a time. So we're doing
our part. Sensible.
Yeah, so we're doing our part to try to protect others and protect ourselves and do what we can. So, but the move will happen. I got a call from the truck company. They've got the truck for me, and they're waiting for me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Right. And our alarm installer is going to be at the new studio at 7 to start wiring in the alarm system. So I think everything's going to go real well.
Yay.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. Well, have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be in touch over the weekend. And, of course, you'll see me in Discord as well. So,
all right.
Bye.
Good luck tomorrow.
Everyone.
All right. Hang in there.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go get some tea.
Have a great day, everybody.
see us. I'm off to see the contractor. Bye.
Yep.
All right.
Good
see you.
luck. Bye-bye.
Enjoy.